What's up, Midnight Strikers? I am back and ready for another review. So this time we're going to take a look at another PlayStation 4 game, one that I had been anticipating for a very long time, and was actually doing a series review on it back last May. So basically, I'm not going to give a full rating to this game as it's not really a complete game, and by that you might know already that I am going to be talking about Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes that just came out a few days ago, and sadly I beat it in about an hour. So you've all heard the rumors. I wanted to shy away from talking about it simply because there really wasn't anything more that I could add to the discussion, as opposed to, Metal Gear Solid 5 being only 2 hours in length, as opposed to, the Phantom Pain being 200 times larger. Apparently, that's what Hideo Kojima is saying, and I didn't really have a lot to offer or add to the discussion, as my 2 cents being you could beat the first game in under 3 hours if you skip the cutscenes. But come on, I hadn't even played the game, and I was telling other people, did you even play the game? Can you really judge? So, I played the game. It's 1 mission and a measly 2 cutscenes. A measly 1 mission and 2 cutscenes. Not really a lot for a $60 value, which is why they lowered the price to about 30 to 25. It's lower if you get the current gen version, but as I'm a Metal Gear Solid fan, a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, I wanted to get the PS4 edition. My PlayStation Jesus, my voice is going out today. My PlayStation 4 collection is getting even bigger, especially today with Second Son that just came out too. So I can't wait for more games to come out. I'm really interested to see where the PlayStation 4's life cycle is headed. So back on topic to Metal Gear Solid 5. This is a very short game. I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say it's a demo, but it is a very short game. That being said, though, it has a lot of extras, it has a lot of side missions, it has a ton of collectibles, but the downside to that is they all take place in the same area, and the same area gets very old after a while, as there's really nothing to characterize it. Now, on a side note, the graphics of this game, the graphics of the Fox engine, as it is supposedly called, are beautiful. They're breathtaking in every sense of the word. This has got to be one of the most beautiful games I have ever played graphically, with the exception of maybe Need for Speed Rivals, I don't know, but, racing games tend to look a little bit more on the gorgeous side than all other games. So, that being said, this is probably the most beautiful game, or the most graphically capable game that I've played yet for the PlayStation 4 that isn't some type of, racing simulator or sports game, which don't really require much extra thought versus just putting all the teams together and everything. But I have not played this yet, so I can't really judge. So, Naked Snake. You're playing as Punished Snake now. He changed his name from Naked Snake to Big Boss, now he's Punished Snake, and I'm assuming by the end of the Phantom Pain he is going to be Big Boss again, because maybe that'll lead into Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, somewhere in there. Hopefully we get some backstory on that. I mean, Solid Snake's first mission, he's a rookie in Metal Gear Solid 1. That'd be really cool if we could see some connection between Big Boss and Solid Snake. Maybe a young Solid Snake in Phantom Pain would work out really well. I can only hope, to be honest. But, like I said, beautiful graphics, beautiful engine. It flows really nicely. It feels like 60 frames a second, but if it was 30, I'm not noticing it at all. It's very fluid. It feels a lot faster than Metal Gear Solid 4, since, that was the last real entry into the series, unless you count Peace Walker, which this game is actually an epilogue to. It basically shows what happens at the end, how they meet up with Paz. Basically, the entire point is to find Paz and another prisoner named Chico. You are in a military camp, a military base, trying to extract 2 prisoners, and you keep finding all of these XOF patches everywhere. These Fox patches, but they're XOF, so I guess they're backwards for some reason. If you find all of these, you unlock a bonus mission, but basically there's a lot of collectibles, a ton of things to do, and the inventory system is definitely been overhauled for a more fluid experience. Now, instead of hitting the shoulder buttons in order to bring up your inventory, pause the game, you can hit the D-pad right here. One thing that's really weird, though, about this new setup is in order to pause, you have to hit the corner of the touchpad instead of options here, which brings up your map. I wish it would have been reversed, because there's two ways to get up your map. You can press options right here, or you can press the right hand corner of the touchpad. Pause is on the left, so I don't know why they really did that. I mean, when I want to pause, I want it to be accessible, easily accessible, and not have to worry about, did I hit the button hard enough, or did I not? So that's one thing that they could have worked out in this mission, maybe, but, you know, overall it is a very fun experience. It is a very engaging experience. The guards are smarter this time around. If you're hiding underneath something, and their sight, their field of vision will, you know, it looks like they can see you, they will be able to see you, unlike in previous games where you could just hide underneath stuff, and even though they're looking straight at you, they can't see shit. So it's not like that. There's a lot of different weapons you can collect, and like I said, the easy thing is, all you need to do is hold down the D-pad, and all of your options will be right there. Really easy to select whatever you want. There's lots of weapons, and you can even drive trucks now. You can drive four-wheel drive, you can drive jeeps, you can drive a tank, and you can pilot turrets, like the anti-air ones, much like the turrets in Metal Gear Solid 3, that you could just hit triangle by and shoot everything in sight. Now, be warned though, there are many tiers of the alert phase. There are many tiers of the combat phase, I should say. Because once you kill all of the enemies in the combat phase, which is the alert phase of the previous games, then they will call reinforcements, and they will keep calling reinforcements until you're dead. So I would suggest probably hiding a little bit. Like I said, this is a stealth mission, this is a stealth operative game, which, you know, brings me to the next point. It is not tactical espionage action, it is tactical espionage operations. So it's a little bit more military style, especially with all of the options presented to you, and that's something that I really actually don't mind whatsoever. What I do mind though is the codec. That's another little bit of a concern that I have for the upcoming Phantom Pain. The codec is relayed to a single button, L1, and you press it, and the only person that answers or responds to you is Master Miller. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if it was just Master Miller in the next upcoming game, but I kind of fear that they're just going to have it like Peace Walker, where you press a button, in Peace Walker's case, select, and a random person will start talking to you. You can't choose who you're going to talk to. I love the codec banter from the first 4 games. The 4th one, not so much as, you know, the first 3, but come on. All of the greatest Easter eggs came from those codec conversations, and I would love to see that in the next game. Another thing that I was really concerned about is there's no boxes in this game. I really hope they bring it back for Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. I really hope that this was just kind of like a teaser, I suppose. But that being said, the box is just one of those items that has been in every single Metal Gear game all the way back to Metal Gear 1 for the MSX2, which I actually reviewed back in like last February or March or whatever. But my point being, this is a trademark item for the series, and not to include it in this mission was just very odd, I suppose. It was a very odd choice, but, you know, I digress. Basically, this is a very fun and very engaging mission, and very engaging game, I would say, but I keep saying mission, but that's because I don't really consider it as a full game. There are tons of missions in this game, but it's so cut off from each other. You have to select it from a menu. I mean, I was hearing that this was going to be an open world game. It kind of is, in the sense of you can travel wherever you want in the military base at any time, but as far as a true open world experience goes, you're not going to find it here. Basically, at the end, Snake is in a coma for 9 years, and that is where the next game picks up. He is in a hospital, and it's, you know, burning, coming down to the ground, excuse me, and you have to escape, and basically that's where the whole world opens up. So that was what was in the stream last year, so I'm assuming that's going to be the beginning of the Phantom Pain. They were kind of leading into it, saying to be continued in the Phantom Pain, and then when you try to obtain your DLC, I have not yet, but I have heard about it, it will say to be continued in early 2015, or come back in early 2015, to obtain your DLC. But basically this is a very fun, engaging mission. I really liked it. It's worth the purchase, I would say, especially since they really, really downgraded the price to about 20 bucks, 30 bucks. Very affordable, really good, and I don't know, I would recommend it, especially for those of us who love and enjoy and cherish Metal Gear for everything that it has given to us and brought to gaming in general, as a whole. So there you have it. That's what I think of Ground Zeroes, and this will continue on my Metal Gear series review. And until next time, when the Phantom Pain is released, this is Midnight Strike 3625. Keep calm and rock on.